I think that traditionally we've held that there's 4 ways to build sales. One of them is through getting new customers. Second is increasing the frequency of customers. Third is increasing the check average. And last is increasing the party size, doing special events, that kind of thing. I believe there's a 5th one now that's widely available, and that is delivery. That was traditionally restricted to pizza places and places like that that had their own logistics department essentially, and now everyone can have a service come by and pick up their product and deliver it to someone's house. So huge opportunity in that arena. I would like to talk about new customer acquisition, because when you acquire a new customer, they can come through several different avenues. They can come from a referral, which is very trustworthy. But they're very important, new customers are very important because they represent 20 to 40% of your sales. So you have the majority of your sales come from repeat guests over and over and over, but new customers need to replace those frequent guests because about 20% of your guests move, die, or get sick of you, and they stop coming. So every year we start with a bogey when in the restaurant business, and we have to replace those. And new customers are the way to do that. They can come through referral, they can come through advertisement, they can come through bumping up against an online review, which most people don't like, but we need to fall in love with because they have a major impact on sales. There's just the plain old accident that you can have. I stumbled in here and I found it to be great, and now this is my new place. So conversion of the guest is really important because first of all, you have to identify them. Are they brand new? Is this the first time there? And I don't know why we have trouble asking that question, but we need to find out if people have been in the restaurant before or not. If they haven't been in the restaurant before, we need to have a strategy of what to do. So we have to, first of all, we have to engage them. We have to connect with them. And then we have to customize their experience, and we have to finish strong. We have to make sure that the product is great, the place is clean, all the entry barriers have been broken down, and that they want to come back. And we have to invite them back, either through some kind of an incentive. Most of the time people buy maybe a dessert or something for a first-time guest. I'd like to invite them back. That's the biggest thing to me. Just get them back so that you can turn them into a frequent guest. To customize the experience, you have to connect with the guest. You have to find out what are their interests, what do they like, what kind of wine do they like, what kind of alcohol do they like, what kind of food do they like, and how do you customize what the guest wants rather than what you want to offer. Now we have some things that you know are absolutely knockouts on the menu, and you want to make sure. One of my favorite examples of that is I was in a restaurant in South Carolina, and we ordered a certain appetizer, and the server says, you know, that's really good, but do you like cauliflower? We said, yeah, that's fine. He said, listen, have that last app that you just ordered next time, but this time you need to have that. And that was a way of customizing the experience. That happened 10 years ago, and I still remember that. So how do you build a steady stream of new guests coming to the restaurant? It's a great question. The most important thing that you can do is make sure you're part of the conversation. Over 90% of word of mouth is considered trustworthy advertising. The average consumer has 9 conversations around the water cooler about food every week, 10 about beverage. You want to make sure that you're part of that conversation. So word of mouth is absolutely essential. You've got to stay active on social media, which means you've got to position yourself as a subject matter expert. You've got to make sure that you are constantly out in the news, that you're seeking to be reviewed, so that you create some noise about the restaurant. Some of the best restaurants that you've ever been to, you never hear about anymore, and you stop going. So that isn't going to attract a new customer at all. And you don't need to be the new hot place, but you do have to be popular.